Thank you for watching KTN and welcome back. This is a news desk. Now, Kenya Certificate of Secondary Examinations begin today with practical papers for French, German, Sign Language and Music. These as 965,501 candidates are expected to sit for KCSE this year. Theory papers are expected to begin next week, as well as Kenya Primary School Education Assessment KCSE, which will be administered to over 1.3 million students. This as the government assures the country that the Ministry of Education has put in place proper guidelines for administration of both the exams and assessments. Let us now link up with our reporter Bramwell Bwire with more details from Kisumu. Good afternoon, Bramwell. Now, the exams have begun today with the highest number ever recorded. Now, the government has promised to ensure that the exams will be taking place. But what have you observed today, Bwire?
Well, good afternoon, Dennis. As you rightly indicated, we're here trying to follow up on the day one of the KCSE exam 2024 that has kicked off well in the lakeside cities, or the lakeside city of Kisumu and the lake region at large. But I have to tell you that, as you've said, this is a special exam to this nation. It is recording the highest number of candidates ever to sit for that exam. That is 965,501 candidates. This is an upside from the 2023 national exam that registered 903,000 candidates sitting for that exam. But Dennis, this is interesting, as the candidates who are sitting for this particular exam today, these are purely practical exams, and it's done on the practical exam for sign language candidates who are sitting for that exam today. They'll be having that exam being read out to them. Then we also have the music practicals are expected also to run for this particular week. We're also talking about the German, French and Arabic languages that are being administered to part of the candidates who are sitting this national exam in this particular country. But as said to, the main exam, the written exam, is set to start on 4th November. That will be a key day for other candidates in the lower primary school. That is the junior secondary candidates who are grade 6 students who will be sitting for their KCSE exam. There are several things that are taking place in this particular exam. There has been issues of late distribution of the exam materials that has been reported in the past exams. To this time round, the Kenya National Examination Council is trying to stop that from happening. And they have done that by adding the number of distribution centers. They have increased the number by 41, taking the total to 617 distribution centers. We've had cases of poor road network, and yesterday we saw key stakeholders in the education sector coming out strongly, urging the Kenya National Examination Council to work on that. Remember, there's also that issue of the hostile regions in the country, that is being Baragoi and the northern path of the Rift Valley that has experienced massive threat to security. The stakeholders are also urging the government to look into that matter to ensure that that period is totally safe for both the invigilators and the candidates who are sitting for the exams in those particular regions. As said to, there also have been laid protocols that have been put in place by the Kenya National Examination Council to ensure that the students, there are no cases of cheating that are reported. One of those important factors that have been put in place is to ensure that there will be no invigilators or the supervisors who will be manning the exams for more than 1 week. It will be rotational. The invigilators who will be here, like in Kisumu Girls, for this particular week, they will not be the same invigilators who will be manning the exam in this particular center. They will be moved to another place, and then we'll be having a new set of invigilators who will be taking charge for the next 1 week of the candidates who will be sitting for this exam in this particular center. Then there's also that issue of mobile phones. No invigilator or supervisor will be allowed to walk into the examination center with the mobile phone. These are gadgets that will be kept in a safer place, then will be picked later on by the invigilators and the supervisors after that paper has been done. Remember, these exams are being done in sets of 2. There is one exam that starts in the morning from 8, then there is another one that will be beginning at 2 p.m. So there is a lot of things that are happening here. The KCSE exam is set to run concurrently with the KCSE exam. That is starting from 4th November, and the exam is expected to run until 22nd of November next year. I have to tell you that there have been a lot of high-profile leaders who have been up and trying just to wish these candidates best of luck in this exam. They have been preparing for 4 years, and today is their day to prove that the 4 years they have been in the schools there has not been in West. We have also had the union leaders calling on the invigilators to practice patience with the candidates, saying that the country has been through a lot of, for the 4 years, the country has been through a lot of political, economic and social issues. So they are asking the invigilators to be considerate when they are handling and manning these exams in these particular centers. We always witness cases of candidates giving birth during these exams. Today, they won up to until now from the Lakeside region. We have not seen such a case. But of course, we'll be following up throughout the period to ensure that in case of an eventuality, in case of irregularities reported across the examination period, we will be bringing our viewers to speed on whatever is unfolding from this particular region. Assetto.
Let you go. You've mentioned something very important with regard to security. How is security from where you are? Have you seen a heightened security personnel around? And also on matters to do with exam cheating. We know last year there was the issue of the morning and afternoon session, and that they were trying to make sure that that is streamlined. Any protocols that have been put in place that you are aware of, Bwire?
Well, of course, Dennis, you look at the number of police officers who are manning, like this Kisumu Girls Center. The other time, we've been having 1 or 2 police officers. But right from the gate here, when you walk into this examination center, you will meet the first batch of police officers manning this particular center, just to ensure that no unauthorized person, even us, the media, we require clear authorization from the education office to be allowed access to this particular examination center. So there is a heightened number of police officers who are manning this particular situation, and I know that is the case in most of the examination centers across the country. The number of police officers has been beefed up so that at least each and every, this is a center, you go in, there are rooms, the examination rooms, at least each and every examination room has a police officer who is manning that particular examination room. So I think on the matter of security, there is that beefed up security. Of course, we will be also following up those areas that have experienced terror attacks to just see. It will be keen and interesting to see what measures the government have put in place in that particular area. And we know we have correspondents in that particular regions who will be manning just to ensure that that examination is run in the highest level of security possible, etc.
Yeah. Bramo Ibura there joining us from Kisumu County, and to all the students that are sitting their exams, we wish you the very best, including my own sister.